Why are you here holding a gun, sir?
To protect our nation, to protect us from the enemies, the meiteis.
What is your dream when this crisis is over, when peace returns? What do you want to do when you grow up?
Indian Army.
Indian Army?
Yeah.
In Manipur's Kangpokpi region, dominated by the Kuki community, just as we are entering what the people here call the frontline, it begins to rain. The weather has caught us by surprise, and as we reach the last motorable point, driving over narrow makeshift kacha tracks, the volunteers immediately hand us jackets to shield us from the water that is lashing down. Wearing a flowing camouflage cover, much too large for me, we set off on a long walk into one of Manipur's main conflict zones. In Manipur, it is villages like these ones that are called buffer zone. This is a reference to villages that border one or the other community, either Kuki or Meitei. They're in fact called frontline villages. And as I've been saying throughout my reporting, the language of battle has now become pretty mainstream here. And so we are going now with these villagers, these volunteers, to what they call a duty post. So let's follow them. We need the camera to turn around, and we're following them as they head to what they're calling a duty post. Now remember, I just want to also show you the terrain. If the camera just comes back here, the kind of terrain that we're walking over, there are little rivulets and streams here. If you just come forward, we can show them. If you just come forward, there are little streams. On this side are just paddy fields. This is a completely remote, interior, rural village, and we're headed to what is being called a duty post. And I'll ask the camera to turn around now and show you where we are headed. And sir, can I request you to just wait for us so we can talk to you and you can explain to us where you are taking us. 1 second, I'll catch up with you. Hello, sir. What is your name?
My name is Thang.
Thang.
Yeah,
Now, Thang, which is the place we are in right now?
We are in Lower Kingzang.
Okay, now this is a buffer zone, right?
Yeah, this is buffer zone.
Can you explain to me, we're in a Kuki-dominated area. Can you explain to me where the Meitei-dominated villages are in relation to where we are standing?
The Meitei villages.
Let's just stop and the camera can also pick it up.
Meitei villages are on the other side of this settlement. These are Nepali settlement.
I see.
Okay. On the other, next to this village, next to this settlement is the.
Okay, so let's just face the camera here and stand for a second. I want to explain what you just explained to me. So that side, the houses we see there, is a Nepali settlement. And on the other side of that Nepali settlement are the Meitei-dominated areas. We are, of course, in a Kuki-dominated village here, and we're heading to what Thang called the duty post. Now, I just saw your wireless. Can you hold up your wireless? So this is being taken very seriously here, this patrolling, right? It's literally for them a matter of life and death, they say. So you use the wireless to communicate with each other?
Yes, communicate among the duty posts.
How many such duty posts are there?
Roughly, there will be more than, I don't know the exact number, but in terms of 100, I think.
Oh my God. So you're saying, let's just stand here for a second. Can you also come here, sir? Can you also come here for just a second? I can see, I think that's the bunker there.
Yes.
So let's turn around. We're headed to that underground bunker, that duty post. And as I said, these are Nepali settlements that form a buffer zone between the Kuki and the Meitei areas. Sir, what is your name? If I can have the camera come back here, we're talking to another one of the volunteers here. Sir, what is your name?
Thang Min Lin.
Okay, and now you tell us, how many such bunkers are there?
We have a lot of bunker from this Hangzhou to Tingsat Pailang.
And how many, roughly?
Roughly 70 bunkers.
70?
70.
70 bunkers. So for anyone who's talking about normalcy, this is a state that has effectively taken a line and it's split it across literally the hearts of the Kuki and the Meitei community. I want to walk in the distance. The beauty of this area is a little bit ironic right now. You can see the clouds of mist in the distance. And we are, of course, in the somewhat hilly areas, walking over gravel and stone and rocks and little rivers. And I think we have to come down here, right? We have to come down here. So I'll just let the camera come in front of us in a second as we're heading to this bunker. So tell me a little about what were you doing before this crisis?
Before this crisis, we have.
Were you a student, a professional? What did you do?
I am actually a social worker.
You're a social worker. Yeah. What about you, sir? What is it that you do?
I'm a research scholar.
A research scholar. Now, did you ever think that you would be involved in this kind of literally violent conflict?
No, never in my dream.
Never in your dreams, right? Yeah. And everybody here at these forward posts, right? And I'm using a military term. At these forward posts, does everybody here have a gun?
Yeah, they have this licensed guns.
So tell me, everybody says their guns are licensed, but there are at least thousands of unlicensed guns that have been looted also, right?
Yeah. No, these are not looted guns. These are single barrel.
Okay. How did you learn how to shoot? You know how to shoot a gun?
Yeah.
How did you learn?
No, since time immemorial, we are hunting jungle hunters. So from my childhood, I could understand the way of hunting or shooting the guns.
So we are looking at a significantly militarized ethnic conflict. What started off as a dispute or disagreement between the Kukis and the Meiteis has now turned into a situation where these sort of frontline villages, peripheral villages, buffer zones, border villages, call it what you will, we've been on both sides of this community divide. We have spent a night in a Meitei-dominated village. We're here now through the rain. If you look up, the sky is really, really overcast and it's been raining here. And through the rain here now, we have come to a Kuki-dominated area. And there are 70 such bunkers and totally belying, in a way, the stupendous beauty and even the serenity of this area. It actually feels so peaceful, and yet it's the exact opposite. Now, I want the camera to turn around, because we're about to enter one of the 70 bunkers in this area. And I want to understand from the men here how long this can in fact carry on. So just imagine that these bunkers have of course been built from scratch. And you can see here, basically this is a 24-hour duty. If you come just here, there's a little tent here. So people obviously spend the night here. Can I sit here for a second? Yeah. Come, you sit with me. So we're in this underground bunker. I want the camera to come to turn there, because through this we can actually see and look across, right? Yeah. At the Kuki areas, right? Yeah. So tell me, people are actually sleeping in this little place. I mean, you all are not soldiers, you're civilians.
Yeah.
Why are you living a life like this? Isn't it very difficult?
Yes, it is very difficult, but to defend our mothers, our lands, our village, it is our responsibility to...
You're not scared?
We are scared because we are very scared. That's why we are doing this duty, you know.
You're very scared?
Yeah.
What is the solution, sir? How long are your people going to sleep in bunkers like this, cooking here? I can see cooking utensils there on that side, sleeping here. How long are you going to do this?
It is depend on the government solution.
What do you expect from the government?
Till today, I don't have any ideas regarding government's plans and policy. But until and unless we are in threat, we are going to be on duty post.
So you're going to continue this till you feel till you're safe?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just walk through here. Walk through here. And you can see how low one has to actually bend. And here you can see one of the armed volunteers is here. Hello. Hi, can I talk to you? Yeah? Okay. I'm just going to come next to you. So you look like a child, but you have this big gun, right? How old are you?
20, man.
20. Can I come here next to you? Okay. I'm going to call my camera also to just come here a little closer. So, tell me, what is your name? Okay. And how did you learn how to use this gun? This gun looks bigger than you.
It's compulsory to learn because I don't know how to explain.
You try?
It's to protect our motherland.
It's to protect your motherland. Now, before this conflict, were you in college?
Yes, ma'am.
What were you studying?
I'll be studying 12 this year.
Huh?
12 this year.
Okay, you're a class 12 student, but you're 20 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what do you want to be when you are older?
I want to become a businessman.
Okay. So he wants to become a businessman. He looks younger than 20 to me. He has the face of a child. He has a gun that's bigger in size than his body. He has other dreams like many other young people. When did you learn how to shoot a gun?
This year, ma'am.
This year?
Yeah.
Because of the crisis?
No, ma'am. I went for hunting sometimes.
You went for hunting and you learned there?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, aren't you scared?
I'm not scared, ma'am.
How long are you? You stay here the night also sometimes?
Yes, ma'am.
You take turns?
Tons.
मतलब बारी-बारी से रहते हो?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
What do you want to say to the people of India who will tell you, please give up your weapons, right? You have a whole life ahead of you. You don't want to, you have other dreams also, no? I just want to tell all our viewers about this young kuki boy whom we have met in this underground bunker. From his face, he looks younger to me than 20. His gun is bigger than his body frame. And he's like many young men here, feeling like he has to do this. He has to do this because that's what he owes his people. But of course, like all young people, he has other dreams as well. Now, I want to ask you, I'm seeing here, of course, as usual, the sort of sandbags that fortify the bunker. When you're on duty here, what do you have to do? You have to look out for firing from the other side?
Yes, ma'am. We are guarding. Suppose if they come, we have to protect our land.
Right. Tell me, if government comes to you and says, give up your guns, let's talk. What will you say? Let's talk. Don't you have any Meitei friends?
I would say I would demand for separate administration.
Right. So this is what we're hearing everywhere. This is a young man. He's holding a gun. He's here in a bunker. Stay safe. I hope no young lives are lost. No more young lives are lost to this conflict. When you look at him, you feel really disturbed. I want to leave you with this image of this young man. He wants to be a businessman, but today he's here holding a gun in the trenches of his village. And he's not even yet finished school. And we really, really have to hope that a process starts by which no more young lives are either lost or spent on this conflict. This is the sort of sleeping arrangement that they have in these underground bunkers. Here's another bench this side. And we're just going to come out here. And I'm seeing another position there. And I just want to ask you, before I go and talk to him also, don't you feel like such young lives, they're being somehow wasted on this conflict? They have other dreams, right? Isn't it time somehow somebody find a solution for this conflict to end? Meaning how to end this conflict? Come, let's walk.
No idea. Because it is too much, the conflict is too much deep. So I have no ideas regarding the solution. But if the government could do to separate us from Meitei communities, if government can grant separate.
You want a separate administration. Yeah. So that is what we hear again and again. So first, before I come down, I want to show you that side is another gun position, another young man holding a gun. They have makeshift literally trench-like guerrilla preparations here. You can see the trench below, and you can see here on this side, I'm just going to actually step down. Yeah, can you give me a hand here? So we're standing now in these trenches. There, of course, behind us is our Tiranga, our beloved Tiranga, holding out the hope of some sort of peace. I hope it comes to this beautiful land very soon. Hello, sir. हेलो नमस्ते आप इंग्लिश हिंदी समझता है समझता है आपका नाम क्या है नेम व्हाट इज योर एज उमर एज आर यू 20 19
20 30
हाँ 30 okay why are you here with a gun क्यों हैं आप यहाँ maybe you can help us translate if you can also come here sir please I'll give you a hand. Yes. Why are you here with a gun? Can you ask him?
Ipibola la thal pumana Muhammadi je.
Gal.
See antai pa.
Gal mi kacha no hai ti janta hai.
What's he saying?
We are waiting if our enemy come to attack us.
So we have seen the language of battle. This is what I want to underline. Not just the language, but the actual execution of battle. You have camouflage jackets like this one. You have men with guns. You have wireless talkies. You have trenches dug in the ground. You have underground bunkers. You have a military precision drill that organizes all of this. And I really want to understand how it will all end. You all have made these guns yourselves.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about these guns?
We call it this pumpi. Pumpi. This pumpi was used during 1917, 1918s when our forefather fought with the British armies in these hills areas. We call it pumpi. Now it becomes small. Some modification was done. This pumpi, we call it pumpi.
Pumpi. So these pumpi big guns, not just the rifle that the young man here is holding, but behind that are village crafted, right? Handcrafted big guns called pumpi. These are traditional big guns that are used by the kuki people here. My question to you is, where do you get the ammunition for these from, sir?
You know, this is not much ammunition is needed, but it is local made. In olden days, our forefather know how to make this ammunition gunpowder also. We have some knowledge of how to make.
But there are estimates, there are 4,000 guns now in civilian circulation.
Most of them are in Imphal valleys.
Yeah. Oh, you don't believe that they're here?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to, this is, they say their guns are either licensed or handmade, the Pumpi guns. And I want to, is there another duty post there?
Yeah.
There's another one there. So we'll go to the last one here. We have just seen the big guns here. Sir, can you give me a hand? Sir, can you just give me a hand here? Thank you. And we are just going now. In this vicinity, there are 70 such underground bunkers. And we've just seen, along with the rifles, a big handcrafted, local, traditional big gun called the Pumpi. As I've been saying throughout, the big challenge for the security agencies is to disarm the civilian population. So here in this region is one of the last bunkers. So there are 70 such bunkers. And I'm just going to... Hello, can you just come here? So I'm going to actually go in there with him. 1 minute. Let me try and also get in here. So, if you see, okay, all right. So if you see, they're sitting on a kind of barbed wire sort of thing. If the camera can catch it, can you come a little closer? He's sitting on something so uncomfortable, right? And this bunker in these trenches, it's so low that my head is actually hitting it. And there he has his gun. Show us your gun. Show us your gun. And he is showing us his gun. And I want you to come here now. Come here, right? At this moment, it is pouring outside, and we are sitting inside this duty post, as they call them here in this Kuki-dominated area. And we have seen multiple bunkers like this and multiple young men like this holding guns. And how old are you, sir?
21.
21. Imagine he's only 21. This is his age to be studying. Why are you here holding a gun, sir?
To protect our nation, to protect us from the enemies, the meiteis.
What is your dream when this crisis is over, when peace returns? What do you want to do when you grow up?
Indian Army.
Indian Army.
Yeah.
So this young man here says that he actually wants to finish studying. You're studying still?
Yeah. BA.
He wants to, you're doing BA?
Yeah.
In what?
Arts.
Okay. And tell me your name again?
Thamnal Haukip.
Okay. Thamnal Haukip is 21 years old. He is sitting in a trench with a gun in the pouring rain to protect his people. What does he want to do when he grows up? He wants to join the Indian Army. Quite frankly, the army is the last glue left that's holding the state together. The army has been facilitating some dialogue across buffer zones like the one we're sitting in. And here's a young man who's sitting here with a gun. But how I hope that tomorrow, and I hope that tomorrow comes soon, when he is actually holding a gun, it is a licensed professional gun, one that he's been trained to use by the Indian Army. May we all pray for peace in this worrying situation in Manipur, where young boys are wielding guns in villages like this one.